write down the formula, substitute the numbers inside it, then worry about everything else. Okay? Is when you need some kind of formula. Okay? So in the previous ones, it was percentages, fractions, you're doing maths. There isn't really a formula, but the same concept applies if you're doing a formula. Just do exactly what they tell you. Okay? Just to make sure everybody's on the same page, I'm just going to quickly go through some stuff that we're going to cover with the formulas. Or when you see how to answer the worded questions, I don't want you to be thinking, oh, what formula is this, blah, blah, blah. Okay. You can skip this part if you want, but I'm just going to go through it just so that everybody's on the same page. Perimeter is the outside. We just add up all the outsides. So if you see that word, that's what it means. The area of a trapezium, the way I remember it, is similar to the area of a triangle where you've got area equals a half, base times height, which is for the triangle, but for the trapezium, you've got two bases. So a plus b times height. That's the way I remember it, but it's also on the formula sheet. Area of a circle, so that's area equals pi times the radius squared, and circumference of a circle, circumference equals 2 pi r, or your circumference equals pi d. Now that this boring stuff is out of the way, let's go into how you would answer these kinds of questions. If you put a formula down and you substitute the numbers in that formula and you've done no maths, you haven't times, you haven't simplified, so you've got 1 mark, okay? Don't try to rearrange it first because you can make a mistake rearranging it. Write down the formula, substitute the numbers inside it, then worry about everything else, okay? So let's do this. A circular field, okay, so it's a circle, has a diameter of 32 meters. I don't want to see a lot of words, so I'm just going to write D equals 32 meters. A farmer wants to build a fence around the edge, so we're talking about circumference. So let's put that formula down. So circumference equals pi times diameter. And I chose diameter because obviously they gave me diameter and I don't want to make my life any more challenging. So can I do something with this? So I wrote C equals pi d. Well, I can because they've given me the diameter. I put the formula, I'm going to substitute numbers. So C equals 32 pi. Done. I've got my circumference. Each meter of the fence will cost £15.95. Okay, so every single meter around that circumference is going to cost £15.95. So what maths am I going to do? So it costs £1,603.47. Side note, if you're dealing with money, you round it to 2 decimal places because money, okay? Now let's look at another example. Let's stick to circles just because we're doing that right now, and then I'll show it to you something else. Find the area of a circle with a circumference of 8 pi. So let's take that step by step. The area of a circle, okay, I know a formula for that. A equals pi r squared. Can I substitute anything? Nope, move on. With a circumference, stop there, circumference, C equals 2 pi r of 8 pi. Now let's see, we've got a formula, let's substitute. We know that the circumference is 8 pi, so we're going to write 8 pi equals 2 pi r. You get a mark for that, okay? Simplify it, so r equals 4. Now I've got this piece of information over here, right? Even if I was confused at the beginning, I now have r. You want to find the area, so now let's use r and substitute it in this one. Examples, but this applies to the bigger ones as well. So if you get a really complicated one, and I'm going to show you that in the next examples, it's still the same concept. You stick a formula, you substitute numbers in it. That's it. Guaranteed mark. Even if you don't answer the rest of the question, but obviously try to answer the rest of the question. Let's see here. They'll give you the reverse one. These are reverse ones. So you see a trapezium. The diagram shows a trapezium with an area of 45 centimeters squared. I mean, do this yourself. You don't really need me for this. Do it and then just see if you get the same answer. I'm just going to start you off. So the diagram shows a trapezium with area. Stop there. Area of a trapezium straight away. That's what I'm going to do. A half A plus B H. Carry on. Area is 45. Okay, so substitute 45 equals 1/2. That's just a number. A plus B. 6 plus 9. And then times your height. Now when you simplify blah, 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 you'll get H equals. Okay, I'm not going to give the answer because that's not what we're here for. We're here to learn the techniques. The answer doesn't matter right now. And even if you've got formulas where they give you something and they're finding the reverse. So if they told you the volume of this prism is 100 centimeters cubed, find the radius if it was a cylinder. Okay, even if it looks weird, you still write down the formula. Even if you don't know how to do the next step, you still write it, because the second you've written it down, your mind is automatically going to do a next step. Okay, now type 3 is when they give, if you just have a trapezium over here, will it draw it? No, it wouldn't. Anyways, let's do that one again because we're going to take the whole part off. But